Hi everybody, my name is Heather Perot and I want to thank you for joining my secret box tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to make one of these adorable little gift boxes. I wanted something that was a little bit unique, could serve as a home decor item, but also double up as a fun little gift box that has all these little trays inside. You could just load them up with, your special person's favorite goodies, candies, teas, jewelry items, whatever. So let's get started. We're going to start with the framework of the box. The box basically is two pieces, and they're made separately. There's this triangular half, and then there's this triangular half. So let's make that first. I've pre-cut the cardstock, so mine is going to be blue. I've pre-cut it to 6 by 9 inches. So let's score. We're going to place the long side along the top of the scoreboard. We're going to score it at 3 inches and again at 6 inches. I'm going to turn it one turn and score at 3 inches down the middle. Now we're going to put the scoreboard, set the scoreboard off to the side. Oh, actually we're going to bring the scoreboard back. Then we need to score corner to corner on from this score line to that score line. I've marked the 6-inch track on my board red so that I'll know that I'm lining them up, both these corners, into the same track. So I'm going to make sure it's red, lined up with the red line here, and lined up with the red line here. Then I'm going to score in between the two markers. Now before I move it, I'm going to do a second score mark that's 1 inch further out. I'm going to score there 1 inch. I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to repeat and do the exact same thing on the other side. So again, lining it up on the red mark. I'm going to score in between. I'm going to go over 1 inch and score one more time. Now we're going to set the scoreboard aside. Now this 1 inch, this second score line that I just did here, we're going to cut that right off on both sides. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I prefer using a knife over scissors or a cutter just because I find it easier. It's what I'm most comfortable with, and I like the nice clean lines, straight, nice and straight. Okay, so here's what our piece looks like here right now. Next, we're going to I'm going to turn this around so it's going to be the way that you would be working on it. And we're going to cut right here on this score line. We're going to cut from here down through to here. Okay. And then from this side, we're going to trim from this corner down to the mark where we just cut. Okay. A diagonal cut. I'm going to bring this back onto the scoreboard. I'm going to put this in any track, it doesn't really matter. Make sure that that center score mark is in both. Sorry, is lined up at both ends in the red, right? I'm going to come out a 1/2 inch. I'm going to score a 1/2 inch up to the first cross score mark that we made previously. Okay. Then you go and cut at a slight angle on both these sides from from the cross score mark, and you're going to repeat that on the other side. Okay, so you can see I cut here and I cut over here. Next, I'm going to cut in between the two pieces so that all of this is going to fall off. Okay. And there is our first piece, which you will have a copy of this, and you can compare the two. They look the same. Okay, so this is 1/2, right? It's even actually almost copied to scale. Okay, we're going to set this aside and do the second piece. And this one I pre-cut as well, and it is 6 by 11. So I'm going to score 3 inches on the short side down here. I'm going to turn it around and score every 3 inches here again. I'm going to do the same cuts over here that we did on the other side. We're going to trim this off and cut down here. It's all exactly the same as the first piece. The only difference is that this piece is not, this piece is added on. And this is going to be the hinge for the box. So let's go and do our scoring here according to the picture. If you have the picture already printed out, then you can follow along with what I'm doing, and it's going to make a little bit more sense as you see it. So I've got the short side here. I'm going to score at the 3-inch mark all the way down. Turn it around, score it 3 inches, 6, and 9. Then I want to go, I'm going to set this aside just for a moment. I'm going to cut this little section out here. Again, nice straight cuts with my ruler. Makes it nice and neat. Okay, so there's that piece that's pulled out. We're going to bring this scoreboard back, and we're going to do these diagonal scores once again, right? So put my tool there, kind of hold it in place, score corner to corner, come over 1 inch, all right, and repeat. We're going to do the same thing over here again, corner to corner, come out 1 inch. You have to hold your paper pretty firm since there's no rails to hold it in place. You don't, just to prevent it from slipping on you. Okay, now we can set this aside. I'm going to trim off these here corners again, same as last time. There's one. Flip it around, do the other side. Trim that off. I'm going to cut a solid line down here on the center, just from the center down to the bottom. I'm going to cut corner to corner on that same section. I always forget to do this 1/2 inch score. I'm going to bring this thing back here and do that 1/2 inch score like we did on the other one. Come out the 1/2 inch. So I've lined it up again at the 6 inch mark. I'm just going to come up to there. Okay, so it looks like this. Set that aside. You need to do the same angled cuts in here on both ends, right here and here, same as before. One here, oh, I went backwards. Actually, it should go this way, but it's okay. I'm just going to work with that little flaw. And trim this off over here. There we go. And this whole piece is going to pop out just like on the other half. Alright, so here we go. We have our two halves. First of all, you can see, you can match these up, you know, look at these and make sure that they're the same. Right? All the score marks and cuts, everything is the same. Which it is. Okay. So now we're going to start putting these two pieces together. So we're going to fold on all of the score marks and all the score lines. Give them nice, crisp lines. There's another one. I want to fold all of them. Okay. Do the same thing over here. And there we go. Next, these here, we're going to take these flaps up here